What is good, ladies and gentlemen? It's Usman and Bello, aka Mr. A.M.B. Welcome to episode 3 of A.M.B Unplugged. This is the show where we go unfiltered into various topics, trending, talk about how we want to talk about them, and get things off our chest. If you are new around here and you enjoy what you see over here, hit the subscribe button. We're trying to get to 25,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and you can help support that movement. If you want to support Palestine, Syria, and Congo, with everything going on in their respective countries, you can follow the links in the description and you can see various ways you can support them. And the background music you're listening to is EMILIA by my boy Nomano. You can go and check him out. Link to everything is in the description below. And now, speaking about Palestine, here in Dublin, recently there was a protest yesterday going on about the whole thing happening in Palestine from Israel, and Ireland is like one of those countries that has been protesting heavy to have a permanent ceasefire on Palestine from Israel. And from recent news that from South Africa's court case against Israel, the court has told Israel to take measures to prevent the ceasefire, but they haven't told them to have a permanent ceasefire, which is something I don't understand. A lot of people don't understand, but fair play to South Africa for trying to do what they can to help Palestine. Probably the first country in the world to do something, and a whole other countries follow on from there. So, and the other thing, I saw videos that if you go to a place called Home Bargain in the UK, search for products from the back that says made in Israel. Avoid buying those products. Avoid anything that was made in Israel. Don't buy them, because we need to make them realize that many people are not in support with what they're doing to Palestinians. Over 30,000 lives have been lost, and this is not something that started from October 7th. This is something that's been going on for over 75 years, and it's still going on. And anyone who supports Israel is pretty much supporting what the Germans did back in the 30s. I don't need to mention it. We all know what it is. Yeah, and I will always remind people that there's an app called No Thanks on Android, where you can scan products by their barcode and see if the company is in any way in support of Israel. To avoid buying their products, it will tell you, no thanks, this product's good for now, or is in the middle of boycotting. Yeah, that's what I'm going to say about that topic. But yeah, there are some topics that we're going to go through, and probably going to start with the biggest one out there right now. Vince McMahon is in big trouble. Now, for anyone who doesn't know who Vince McMahon is, Vince McMahon is the former chairman and owner of the WWE. Now, everyone knows what the WWE is. Pretty much a wrestling entertainment company. Had big stars over the years, less of John Cena, Randy Orton, The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Undertaker, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart. You get the idea. I can keep going on and on about this. Now, with Vince McMahon, this is not the first time this happened to him, but there's been some serious allegations going against him. And I'm going to share my screen. Shout out to the one viewer. Yeah. So I'm gonna go into it, and I'm just gonna read what's in that article. So this is from Sky News. As you can see, the heading here, it just says Vince McMahon resigns from WWE parent company TKO after certain misconduct lawsuit has been filed. So if we read on it, it says Vince McMahon resigns out of respect, but says he will vigorously defend himself against the baseless accusations. Now we keep going. If we keep going down, then we see here WWE co-founder and wrestling icon Vince McMahon has resigned from the organization's parent company after being accused of sexual misconduct and sex trafficking. Former employee Janelle Grant filed a graphic lawsuit on Thursday that included claims she was offered to an unnamed star wrestler for sex. Continue scrolling down. Okay, yeah. Keep scrolling all the way here. McMahon denies the allegations, but stepped down as executive chairman of the board of directors at the TKO Group, the firm says. Now, before I carry on, for anyone who doesn't know what TKO is a merger between the WWE and the UFC. Two companies coming together, having this brand called TKO that manages the day-to-day basis of the WWE and the UFC. So moving on, right here, the 78-year-old faces multiple accusations, including forcing Grant into a sexual relationship to keep her job, and sharing certain photos and videos of her with other men, including WWE staff. Ms. Grant worked in WWE's legal and talent departments and agreed to be named in the case. The lawsuit filed in Connecticut claims McMahon subjected her to acts of extreme cruelty and degradation that caused her to become numb to reality, my apologies, in order to survive the horrific encounters. Keep going down. Another man accused in the case is John Laurinaitis, the company's former head of talent relations and general manager, who has not yet commented. McMahon said on Friday he was resigning out of respect for WWE and TKO groups. He added, I stand by my prior statement that Ms. Grant's lawsuit is replete with lies, obscene, made-up instances that never occurred, and is a vindictive distortion of the truth. I intend to vigorously defend myself against these baseless accusations and look forward to clearing my name. A number of screenshots of explicit messages allegedly sent by McMahon to Ms. Grant were included in the court documents. The lawsuit also claims WWE benefited financially from a commercial sex act venture orchestrated by McMahon by having wrestling talent sign contracts after presenting Ms. Grant as a sexual commodity for their use. Ms. Grant is seeking compensation and to have the court void a $3 million NDA, non-disclosure agreement, of which she alleges she received only $1 million. McMahon stood down as WWE chief executive in 2022 amid allegations matching those in the lawsuit. He led the organization for decades and was familiar to wrestling fans across the world. So yeah, okay. The rest of this just goes on talking about. We just move forward to around here. Earlier this week, TKO Group said it was taking the claims very seriously. Mr. McMahon does not control TKO, nor does he oversee the day-to-day operations of WWE, it said. While this matter predates our TKO executive team's tenure at the company, we take Ms. Grant's horrific allegations very seriously and are addressing this matter internally. So yeah, that's the end of that. But here's the thing I want to talk about. As wrestling fans, because I'll just say this, I'm a wrestling fan because I prefer to watch the WWE, and if it's something I'm just enjoyed in watching a lot of the time. I'm just going to say this: Vince McMahon is known to just making controversial decisions. Like, yes, he's a pioneer for wrestling, but there's so many things that he has done in which people have called him out for. Most times are valid, other times not so valid. But in the meantime, these are just allegations. These are just allegations. But these allegations is similar to the lawsuits that came out to him in 2022. The moment they started coming out saying that he was paying female former employees hush money to cover his acts towards them in the ground, and the amount that he has paid over time could amount up to $16 million. Now again, these are just accusations, but knowing this, it's not looking good for him. It's not going to look good for the WWE. It's not looking good for the talent in that company, because people are going to say this, that the WWE right now is better off without him. That the company is better off without him because of his antics, because of everything going on, and what could mean for the company and everyone else. What could this mean? Because this is not Vince McMahon's first time getting in trouble. There was the whole steroid use back in the 90s, how they dealt with Chris Benoit's passing, even though we all know what he did. If you don't know what he did, you can go and search that up. I prefer not to talk about it. But seriously, it's like, it's just disappointing. It's just disappointing for you to have everything. You have everything. You've created one of the greatest things in sports history. Like having the biggest wrestling show of the year, making millions and millions of dollars. But your activities is what you do outside of it that gets you in trouble. And if he's found guilty for this, trust me, it's going to be the end of Vince McMahon. It's going to be the end of him. I thought it was going to be the end of him last year, 2022. I mean, not like 2023 last year. I mean 2022. Because if he didn't get in trouble for all those things he did back then, now this time around, yeah, he's going to get done for, absolutely done for. But as of now, these are just allegations that are just being made. The case will be taken to court, and we'll have to follow news for future updates. Shout out to the one viewer watching this. I appreciate you. And let's get into the next topic. And I want to talk about Jurgen Klopp. Jurgen Klopp has announced that he is going to leave Liverpool at the end of the season. He joined Liverpool in late 2015 during the 15-16 season, and over the years it took him a while to finally get Liverpool to the standard that they are at the standard that they should be at, competing for the biggest trophies. Because he's won pretty much everything. He's won the Premier League, he won the FA Cup, the Carabao Cup, the Champions League, the UEFA Super Cup, FIFA Club World Cup. Even if he didn't win all of them at the same time, he literally won every single trophy there was to win. And now he just announced recently that he's going to leave the club at the end of the season. It's an end of an era at Liverpool. After almost 9 years, over 8 years, reaching 9 years, he's going to leave at the end of the season. And look back, he signed some quality players over the years. Signed the likes of Sadio Mane, Mohamed Salah, Alisson, Van Dijk, Fabinho. He signed Wijnaldum, he signed Andrew Robertson. These are some of the best players that he's brought into the team and won everything with. And now, you just wonder, who are Liverpool going to have once he's gone? But the thing is, I don't know why he announced it before the season's even ended. He's announcing it halfway into the season. I feel like this could have been something that can just be left up until the end of the season. Because right now, Liverpool are in a title race. Like, they're still involved in every competition there is. Because he's still fighting for the Premier League title. He's in the Carabao Cup final. Still in the FA Cup, which they just won the recent game 5-2 against Norwich. Still in the Champions League. Sorry, not in the Champions League. They're in the Europa League. But they're still involved in every competition still right now. And who knows? If luck is on their side, if the cards are with them throughout this whole time, they could win everything. They could win the Carabao Cup. They could go on a run in the FA Cup, win the Premier League, the Europa League, because they're one of like the heavy favorites to win the Europa League. I know they have the likes of Roma, Ajax, Leverkusen as well. Leverkusen are still unbeaten in the Bundesliga. There's quite competition in the Europa League. But if they take the competition seriously, then Liverpool can just win as many trophies as possible. I'm not saying that they will win everything, but they have a chance. So what I want to do is I'm going to show my tab. This is a shortened version of the club's announcement that he's going to leave the club. If you want to go and find the full version, you can go ahead and find that. I have the tab right here open, and yeah, I'm just going to react.
Well, Jurgen, we're here because you have an important message to deliver to our supporters. Would you like to tell them what that is?
Yeah, I have to. I will leave the club at the end of the season. I can understand that it's a shock for a lot of people in this moment when you hear it the first time, and but obviously I can explain it, or at least try to explain it. And I love absolutely everything about this club. I love everything about the city. I love everything about our supporters. I love the team. I love the stuff. I love everything. That I still take this decision probably will, or shows you that I'm convinced it's the one I have to take. It is that how can I say that I'm running out of energy. I have no problem now. Obviously, I think I know it already for longer, that I will have to announce that at one point. But I'm absolutely fine now. But I know that I cannot do the job again and again and again and again. And after all the years we had together, and after all the time we spent together, and after all the things we went through together, the respect grew for you, the love grew for you, and the least thing I owe you is the truth. And that's the truth.
So yeah, that's the video. And yeah, if you're a Liverpool fan, I know how you feel. Because he said it himself, like, he's done everything that he could. And to be fair, yeah, he's done everything. He's done everything. He's won the lot. But the one thing he said, running out of energy, is getting tired. Now, I would never hear anyone say that, but after nine seasons, I think, because he joined in the 15-16 season, so there's the 16-17, 17-18, 18-19, 19-20, 20-21, 21-22, 22-23, 23-24, 9 seasons. 9 seasons at the club. Yeah, I get it. Like, back in the day, managers used to be at clubs for a longer period of time. Look at Arsene Wenger and Sir Alex Ferguson. Like 20 years. 20 years on the job. Yeah, nowadays, it would be hard to find managers that can stay up to 5 years at a job. But Jurgen Klopp and Pep Guardiola have been at their respective jobs at Liverpool and Man City for the longest of time. But yeah, from now until the end of the season, Liverpool are going to try and go on a run and try and achieve everything they can accomplish up until Jurgen Klopp leaves the club at the end of the season. And that's what they'll be focused on right now. But the main question they'll have to ask themselves by the end of it is, who's going to replace Klopp? Who is going to remain at the club? Because think about it. If he goes, I'm certain there could be certain players that leave the club as well. Because it's going to be a new era at the club next season. Will Mohamed Salah stay at the club? That's a question to be asked, because before this season, there were talks of him potentially going to Saudi Arabia, going to Al Ittihad, willing to pay up to 150 million for Salah. But he didn't go. So there's going to be a lot of questions to ask during that time. A lot of questions are going to be asked by the end of the season. But until then, they still have the season to go. And I want to say that as a manager, Jurgen Klopp has done a fantastic job. I respect him for everything he accomplished. One memory of mine that I remember is Coutinho leaving Liverpool in 2018. Even though he was like one of the best players at the time, probably even the best player at the club at that period of time. But because of his departure, being able to get 142 million euros, using that money to go and get Alisson and Van Dijk and Fabinho, they invested the money well. And they just accomplished everything they could. Like, it's hard to find a manager like him that not only has a good relationship with the players, but has a good relationship with the staff and a good relationship with the fans. Yeah, after this season, yeah, Jurgen Klopp is going to be missed. And yeah, I wish, on behalf of the Premier League, we wish him well on his future endeavors. Whatever he plans on doing after the job, we hope he has happiness and he has luck in whatever he's going to do next. Moving on, talk about the African Cup of Nations. And so far, 2 games have been played. Nigeria defeating Cameroon 2-0, and Angola defeating Mauritania 3-0. So what this means is Nigeria are going to face Angola in the quarterfinals of the African Cup of Nations. That is guaranteed. And I watched the match yesterday, and I was so pleased that we beat Cameroon, because I thought to myself, Cameroon were going to give us a challenge. And to be fair to Cameroon, there were moments where they could have gotten a goal. But they didn't. And they never got that goal. And we just kept it going. And eventually, we won the game 2-0. Ademola Lookman scoring the second goal. I didn't see who scored the first goal. I still have to go and check that. But 2-0 for us. And with Angola, like, winning 3-0 against Mauritania. Mauritania was actually like one of the surprise groups to get out of the group stage into the round of 16. Well, unfortunately, they go out in the round of 16. Fair play to them. They still gone further than Ghana did. And somehow, Ivory Coast are alive in this tournament. I feel like they're one of the better third place groups. That's why they're still around. But things are going good for Nigeria. For us, it's going good so far. But we can get to the semifinals. All we need to do is just face Angola, get the win, move on to the semifinals. And now, just going to move on to just going to check the tab. I have the tab open right here. And we're just going to look at it. As we're speaking, Egypt are playing against DR Congo. Now, you'd expect Egypt to win because they finished second in the group, and they're playing against Congo. So, people, I have to apologize. I made a mistake. Angola didn't beat Namibia. No, they did beat Namibia. I said Mauritania. Mauritania are playing tomorrow against Cape Verde. I apologize. I am sorry for that mistake. Let me just. I have to. Gonna rectify that. Yeah, I just need to rectify this. Yeah. Oh, why? Namibia. That was the one I wanted to talk about. Namibia. They did well in getting out of the group stages. Unfortunately, getting knocked out to Angola. Alright. Yeah, there we go. Bring that back up. Yeah, there we go. Namibia. So back onto this. Cape Verde against Mauritania tomorrow. I see Cape Verde winning this match. But tomorrow late hours later, Senegal against Cote d'Ivoire. It's a big match. But Ivory Coast finished third in their group. And if I'm not wrong, I don't think Wilfred Zaha is there with the national team. So I can see Senegal winning this match. Perhaps winning it comfortably. And moving on to the quarterfinals. Then we have Mali against Burkina Faso. That one is a tight game. I say I'll put my money on Burkina Faso to get the win to the quarterfinals. Scrolling down, you have the tables of the knockout stages. Angola, Nigeria here in the quarterfinals playing on February 2nd. And the winner of that will face against Equatorial Guinea against Guinea. Oh, Battle of the Guinea. Yeah, we got the Battle of the Guinea. So the winner of this game will play against the winner of Congo and Egypt and those two will face off against the quarterfinal of February 3rd. So, my apologies. My apologies, people. I just had to fix that. I'm going to say this right now. Just give me a minute. We're back. Ladies and gentlemen, I have to apologize. I have to end this episode quite suddenly. I just have to go and deal with something. But if you stuck around, thank you guys so much for watching this episode. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Episode 4 will be out next week. Check the links in the description for all the things you need to know. And yeah, I'll see you next week. Take care of yourselves. And peace.